Do you have problems hitting the bullseye? I mean, archery is supposed to be fun, isn't it? But it gets pretty damn frustrating when you miss the bullseye. Am I correct? And you miss a lot, don't you? Well, what if I told you I have a method which ensures you hit the bullseye 99.8% of the time? You'd say it's impossible, right? Well, no, it's not impossible. Not at all. Not with the BGB-TSM method. What's that? Well, you're at the right place at the right time. You're watching the right video. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's an acronym. It means Boy Gone Bad. It's named after me, Joe Daniels. Boy Gone Bad. That was my professional wrestling name. 5-time heavyweight champion of WWA. Boy Gone Bad. TCM. Repeat it. BGB-TSM. It stands for Boy Gone Bad Target Shooting Method. And it's a method that I developed which is going to revolutionize archery. It's changing people and the way they look at archery. How so, Joe? Well, you hardly ever miss the bullseye. That's how. And if that's not enough, then I don't know what is. Okay? But there's a lot of instruction out there, and it gets very confusing. This one tells you to do it this way. That one tells you to do it another way. Then a third person tells you to do it a completely different way. I mean, who are you to believe? And it starts throwing you off, and you get confused. The terminology, you know. 3 under, split finger. Is there 3 over? I don't know. I mean, it gets crazy, doesn't it? Do you wear a glove? Do you use finger savers? Do you use a tab? Two people that I love dearly, Mike Handy and Scott Winters, now they're throwing a monkey wrench in, showing people, and they admit it's hard to do. Well, I'm going to show you something easy to do, not hard to do, but they're using some kind of a thumb tab. It's like a metal ring thing or something. Almost looks like you strum a guitar with it, like an acoustic guitar pick that goes on your thumb. And they shoot these horse bows that are made out of like bamboo. They basically look like recurve bows, only much shorter, because the Asians invented them years and years ago, and they used to shoot, you know, off the back of horses. I'm just waiting for a Handy or a Scott. One of them's going to one day turn around and say, "Hey, check out this new video. I'm going to be shooting my bow off the back of a horse." And in order to really do this properly, you're going to have to buy a horse. Well, I don't know about you, but I spend enough money on archery, and I go the cheap route. I'm not buying no horse. I'm not feeding a horse. What if you live in an apartment? What are you going to do with a horse then? How are you going to own a horse? You're not. But, you know, all this talk about spine, you know, the archer's paradox, you know, what weight bow, are you overbowed, are you underbowed, you know, it just gets crazy. What string material do you use? I use braided fishing line. I make my own strings. It's cheaper that way. As a matter of fact, the bow that I'm going to shoot is a bow that I made. And I'm telling you, you can hit a bullseye like 99% of the time. Maybe not 100. Nothing in life is guaranteed 100%, but I'm going to show you how to do it 99% of the time. And I'm going to read some testimonies here of people that have written in and told me how this has transformed their archery. Billy M. writes and says, "I have been doing archery for years, Joe, and I was a half-decent shooter, getting an occasional bullseye maybe every 6 and 7 shots, but after the BGB-TSM instruction, I hardly ever miss now. The bullseye is like a done deal for me, and wow, what a difference it has made in my life and in my archery. Thank you so much for putting this method together." Well, Billy, I'm glad to have been of some service to you, and I'm glad that it's working out for you. And again, it's nothing crazy, but it works. Susie Q writes, "Hey Joe, I just want to write and let you know that I joined an archery club that was predominantly male, and that was very intimidating to me, and because of that I suffered from target panic. Therefore I could hardly ever hit the side of a barn, let alone a bullseye. But that all changed for me when I got the BGB-TSM instruction. Now all the guys look up to my shooting and they ask me for pointers and tips. Thanks, Joe." Well, Susie, That's what it's all about, helping people. There's no reason for you to be intimidated. It's just as simple as firing an object at another object and hitting it where you want it to go. Chris P. actually writes in and says, "Hey Joe, I took up archery for a relaxing hobby. Boy, was I wrong. It was anything but relaxing. I could hardly ever hit the bullseye, and that raised my blood pressure. So much so when I went to the doctor and explained to him what my problem was, the doctor said I needed to quit archery or I'm going to drop dead of a heart attack. But due to your BGB-TSM instruction, I now enjoy a life of archery that's very relaxing, a relaxing hobby as it should be. Thanks, Joe." Well, Chris, I'm glad you didn't drop over dead of a heart attack because of your archery. And trust me, I know the feeling. My blood used to boil too. It no longer does because, well, I hit a bullseye just about all the time now, or at least 99% of the time. Yeah, occasionally I miss, but you know what? It's almost a given that I'm going to get a bullseye. So, you know what? Rather than me just constantly talking about it, let me just go run a few arrows by you, and then we're going to take a look at the target, and we're going to go from there. Fair enough? Okay, sports fans, take some notes. Bullseye. Another bullseye. Yet another bullseye. Do you see what I'm doing? Do you see my stance, the way I hold and grip the bow, the way I pull the string back, my release? Another bullseye. It's like shooting fish right out of a barrel. Bullseye again. Whoa, lost the feather. Whew. That's how hot this method is. Another bullseye. It's like a fail-proof system. Another bullseye. It's almost, I'm at the point where I'm getting bored. But it sure beats missing. Have you noticed anything yet? No? Keep watching. Watching and right in the middle. Another bullseye. It's 10 arrows. 10 arrows, 10 bullseyes. You know what, let's stop there. We're 10 for 10. I think you'll get the idea. Now again, I was asking you the question, did you see anything different in my stance, my physiology, the way I was shooting these arrows? Well, if you've answered no, you're absolutely correct, because it has nothing to do with me. See, the archer is never wrong with my system. My instruction proves, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you can hit a bullseye whenever you want, almost any way you want. Here, let's go look at the proof. Huh? Look at that. 10 arrows, 10 bullseyes, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 arrows, right? From a different angle. Here we go. There you go. Seeing is believing, as they say. And I just I hope you're getting a kick out of this, because I'm getting a kick out of doing this. But anyway, well, I can't say it anymore. God bless you all. Bye.